this video is about Blackboard navigation. So let me show you how to find things in Blackboard. It can get a little bit confusing at first, but once you get used to it, it's pretty easy to find everything. So this is what you will see once you log in to the course. I don't have any announcements yet. Actually, let me use Student View. But I will send out a weekly announcement, and that's very, very important. Make sure every Monday you check Blackboard or you check your email to look for that weekly announcement, because this is where I remind you what you need to do for the coming week. So that's super important. Use the weekly announcement as a kind of checklist. Once you're done with something, check. Done another thing, check. So everything you haven't checked, that means you still need to complete those assignments. So everything can be accessed from the left-hand side: assessments, syllabus, coursework, Blackboard. As I mentioned in the previous video, all the lecture materials will be in the coursework, and all the lab materials will be in the lab work folder. So they are kind of separate, right? They're not together. If you want to join the WebEx virtual office hours, you can just click on this link. So let me just click on it real quick so you can see what it looks like. I do have a training video which I'll show you in a second. So you can see I already put the dates here, every Tuesday, Wednesday through 2 to 3. So you can just click on the link and it will take you to the meeting. If you have never used the WebEx before, you may have to temporarily install the app. And then once you are in, you still need to click on a button that says Join Meeting. If you don't click on that, you are in WebEx, but you are not in the meeting room. So make sure you click on Join Meeting so that you can, enter the meeting room. So let me go back. If you want to know your grades, you can just click on the grades link. All right, so let's look at coursework, because there's a lot of stuff, good stuff in there. So on the top is EVA link. We already talked about this. Make sure you complete EVA by August 21st. Otherwise, that just shows me that you are not in this class, and I have to mark you as never attended. If you have any trouble, accessing the WebEx virtual hours, you can watch this short tutorial. It will show you what to do. This is the video on how to use Loom to record a test. And it's really the same principle when you want to use Loom to record your weekly teaching assignment, your presentation. It's the same way, same method. So you can just watch that. The rest of the folders are the weekly lecture topics. So the first folder is how to be successful in this course. This has some materials from Lumen. It kind of just tells you how to complete things in Lumen and how you can study, to stay on top. So that's pretty much it. Let me exit this. Let's keep going. And then the unit folders are actually where you find the lecture topics. So the first 4 weeks of lectures are in Unit 1. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. When you open each lecture folder, make sure you scroll down all the way, because you don't want to miss anything. The first two, you already saw this earlier, study guide quiz from Lumen. And I have PowerPoint slides here. I also recorded the lectures. So you can see here, this is a lecture video on Chapter 1, Introduction to Biology. Now, I try to make the lecture videos a little bit shorter, because I know it can be kind of hard to go through a very long lecture. I try to make it a little bit short, but sometimes they're still kind of 20, 30 minutes. So you can kind of break it down, use whatever way that works for you so that you can go through the lecture video. Here is the link to submit the introduction video using Loom. So what you need to do is just click on the link, and don't use browse my computer, because I don't want you to upload the entire video. So instead, go to write submission, and then you are going to copy and paste the Loom video link in here, and then you click on submit. So if you have never used Loom before, once you are done with the video, once you click on finish, the video will be uploaded to Loom website. Loom will give you a link to the video, you can just copy that and then paste it to this submission link in Blackboard. And then when you're done, I can see the link. I will just click on the link, access your video, and then give you a grade. Let me cancel that. I also have a study guide for each lecture chapter, so you can go through the study guides before each lecture exam. I usually use the virtual office hours before an exam as a test review. So you're welcome to join, and we'll have a kind of synchronous session on reviewing, all the materials for the test. But if you can't, join the meeting, that's totally fine. I will record the review session, and I will send everybody the link. All right, so that concludes the coursework. Let's look at the lab work. Here's the instructions on how to purchase eScience access code. And then you can see the weekly lab folder. So how come I don't see all 15 weeks of labs? And that's because I haven't uploaded the screenshot of the purchase proof yet. So once you have done that and I give you a grade, then you can see the rest of the weekly lab folders. So let's just click on one real quick. This is what you will see. This is the first folder is the eScience digital lab stuff. So what you have is a link to access the lab. I'll show you what it looks like real quick. So you are going to go through all these slides. Usually it's pretty short. As you can see, there are only these many slides, not as many as how many I have for the lecture. And sometimes you may see a video or two, but that's pretty much it. When you see this knowledge check, it just means that there is a multiple choice question waiting for you, and it's going to test the knowledge or the information that you have learned from previous slides. And then when you're done, just after you go through all this, eventually you will get to the last section where you will begin a lab drill. So that's a quick quiz, all multiple choice questions, very easy. And then you're going to complete lab activities over here. So you need to download this lab workbook to your computer, and then you're going to fill in either answer questions or fill in like a data table, after you collect all the data. And then you're going to submit this document to Blackboard submission link. So I'll show you. So you download this, complete this, and then you're going to go back to Blackboard. Go back here, you see the link, submit completed lab work here. So you can just click on the link. And this time, don't do write submission because you are actually going to upload the lab workbook file. So browse my computer and then try to find the file, the lab work file, and then you can just upload it here and then submit. So this is the setup for each weekly lab folder. And that's pretty much for Blackboard.